this is Yolanda Vanveen, and in this segment we're going to talk about how to prune a knockout rose. Now, knockout roses are a great addition to your garden or in the end of your driveway or anywhere where you can just let them grow with very little maintenance. And basically you just put them in a sunny spot and you don't have to give them a lot of water, and they'll continue to bloom all summer through the fall. They're just incredible. But theoretically, the only time you really should prune them is in the spring. So before they really get growing, a lot of times you can trim them back and then they'll fill in nice and lush for the summer. But periodically through the summer, I like to trim them back a little bit too, because I find the suckers just kind of want to take over. And especially if it's an older plant that's just really big, it'll keep growing. And it's much nicer to trim out some of the spent flowers so that you can see some of the fresher flowers, and it'll encourage more growth and more flowers. So basically, I just start hacking it back. And theoretically, you should actually cut it out where it's meeting another leaf line. And at that corner, you cut it at an angle. So really, you'd be cutting it at an angle right there. But I have found that when you're cleaning things up, you don't have to be too strict, because as long as you're trimming it back and leaving, and my rule of thumb too is don't trim back more than 1/3 of the plant at any one time. If it's really huge and out of control, whack back 1/3, wait a month, and then whack back another third. Because sometimes if you cut it back too much too, it'll shock the plant and there's not enough greenery for it to come back. But I just keep whacking it and just kind of even it out and clean up any of the weeds or anything that's really straggly. And theoretically, again, you don't have to do this. It looks good when in the wild situation too. But I just trim it back, and as long as it fills in and you can see the other flowers, it'll continue to bloom. And again, when it gets cold in the winter, you can either leave it dormant like that, or I trim it back in the winter. But make sure and leave at least 18 inches at all times on your knockout rose, so it'll continue to bloom and you can enjoy it, because it is a delight in your garden.